Warning. This newscast is very similar to a real newscast. It's so fucking similar to a real newscast that you might not even be able to tell the fucking difference between it and a real newscast when it starts airing. This should scare you. This should scare everyone. If you don't like swearing, drinking, or the news, don't watch this fucking video because it's scarily real. Good evening, and welcome to PNN News. I'm Tom Chodeclaw. We've been bringing you up-to-the-minute results on the election of the century. For those of you just joining us, we are covering the election between Bonsley and Dick Cheney to be seen who can do the most damage when thrown at any one given object. And I don't need to remind you of the importance of this election to the candidates and their parties. The polls have just closed, and we have information firsthand of the popular vote results. It appears that Bonsley has received 37% of the popular vote, while Dick Cheney has received 62% of the popular vote. Due to our reliance on a voting system made from the 1800s, we must cast away this result and go to the more accurate and reliable result of the Electoral College. You've seen this before. We know it works. It's a good and reliable system. These are the 10 electoral districts of the Donkey Kong universe. As you can see, they are weighted in votes by the population that resides within each electoral district. We know that this is a very reliable and safe method of determining who will win an election, as we have seen it never fails us over many years. Dick Cheney has secured the island and the United Kingdom. However, Bonsley has managed to secure the most important state of all, the key state of your mom's bedroom. It appears that Bonsley has been campaigning fiercely in your mom's bedroom and has finally overcome. This is why we see the difference between the popular vote and what we see here in the electoral vote. However, these are just projected figures. What's this? Now? Okay, it is official, this is just in. PNN News is calling this election for Bonsley. It appears that Bonsley has won by one electoral vote. That's right, our election process is fair and it is true. And we are happy to report that Bonsley must do more damage when thrown at any given object than Mr. Cheney. We're sorry to Mr. Cheney's family and friends and for his party. This is very interesting news indeed. What's this? News correspondent Mushroom Head is here to speak about this issue. Thank you for that little tidbit, Mushroom Head. What? You've got to be fucking kidding me. Fucking kidding me. Are you fucking serious here? This has got to be some kind of fucking joke. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm truly sorry. We have made a mistake. I must apologize. We here at PNN have just heard that there is a vote recount occurring in your mom's bedroom. Why? Because the voting machines were having problems. As you can see here, this Pokemon is at one of the very damaged machines that have been plaguing this election. This news is first brought to us, and we are very sorry for calling this before it happened. We will be bringing you up to the minute coverage of this recall. I'm going to lose my fucking job anyway, so I might as well tell you. I'm drinking beer, and I don't give a fuck about any of this fucking news. So there you have it. I don't give a flying shit. We here at PNN had our hands straight up our assholes. That's right, straight up our assholes when we were covering this election. In a related story, several peaceful protesting students and Pokemon were shot dead by military police and army personnel just about 5 minutes ago. This is nothing to worry about, as this is standard procedure for US military personnel and police. Several Cheney supporters are protesting in return by sticking signs in their lawns declaring that Bonsley is a sore loser. This recount is something that Cheney supporters don't want. His party is standing to gain a lot of control from this election seeing that if you throw him at something, that he will do a lot more damage. Yes? What? Ladies and gentlemen, we have live feed from the Cheney office, claiming that they can prove that Dick Cheney indeed does more damage when thrown at any given object than Bondsley does. We are going to show this feed to you live, right now. That was fucking disgusting, I must say. However, this does conclusively prove that Dick Cheney does indeed do more damage than any of these other motherfuckers could possibly dream of doing. So, we are officially closing and calling this election again for Dick Cheney. That's right, we're calling this election for Dick Cheney. This just in, angry torch-wielding mobs of Pokemon are scouring the streets of every city in America, breaking into stores and stealing televisions, CDs, and food. There is no way that the police or the military can contain this giant uprising of Pokemon. These rioting Pokemon are frying our very own riot police as they try to beat them into submission, as our riot police do. Even with great riot police, such as the ones in the United States of America, we are powerless to contain the force that is among us now. We can only pray to whatever gods we have that we will be safe. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that Pokemon are raiding our studio as we speak. I'm smoking this fucking cigarette because I know I'm about to die. I can hear the flames and the sirens outside, as everyone else can. We don't have very much time. This result of this election has been catastrophic, and it's all because of this station's mistakes, and the mistakes of our voting system. Why did we ever believe in such a childish, stupid, 18th century horse-riding way of determining the winner of an election anyway? If we wouldn't have upset them in the first place, they wouldn't have gotten so far. We only have ourselves to blame, ladies and gentlemen. And as I take this final fucking smoke, I want you to remember, go to the motherfucking Donkey Kong universe and join our forums. I have a lot of fucking people to thank this time. Chad McKenna and Sam Respis for fucking making this shit happen. Your cornhole sucks for their fucking ongoing support in this bitch. And finally, Adrian Mendoza, you're a fucking bitch. You bitch.